Hey, got a minute? In the last Got a Minute, I shared with you guys about this condition I have called retinitis pigmentosa, the fact that there's research going on around it, and I talked about the limitations it's given me, both in terms of my field of vision and my ability to process light. I wanted to talk about how that plays out in my life uh, and how I'm trying to respond. So a couple of things. One, I am colorblind. Well, I don't like to say colorblind. I'm color challenged. I can see colors. I just can't always distinguish blues and greens and grays from one another. It also affects my ability to see contrasts. And the way that that is a challenge is I can't see things like curbs. So I'm walking along a sidewalk. I don't necessarily see when there's a curb or a step down because of the lack of contrast. Perhaps the biggest challenge right now is about a year ago, I had to give up driving. And living in the suburbs, you can imagine being unable to drive. So those are some of the circumstances that I face. I don't get to choose those circumstances. What I do get to make choices about is how I adapt to those circumstances and my attitude around those circumstances. We all get to make those choices. So I'm learning adaptive behavior. I put the names of, or the colors, I write it on the tags of my clothing so I don't have to guess what color a shirt or a pair of pants are. With the contrasts, I walk a little bit slower so I don't bump into things. Or if I'm with some folks and we're needing to move a little bit faster, I'll put my hand on somebody's shoulder. Or if I'm with Marilyn, we hold hands. And so that's not all bad. I hold hands with my wife more than I used to. Driving, of course, that's one of the biggest challenges. But we have this relatively new thing called Uber or Lyft, where I can call a driver and get a lift or get a ride somewhere. And it's a pretty amazing tool that we have. But even better than that, I have a lot of people around me who know the circumstances that I'm in and offer me rides. And so time I would have spent by myself in the car, now I spend talking with somebody from the church or a family member. And so I have a whole lot more time to spend with people. And I really have learned to come to appreciate that. Even with Uber or Lyft drivers, it's an opportunity for me to hear about their lives, to share about my church and about faith at times. You'd be amazed how many times faith discussions come up in those rides. And so I'm seeing good things in this circumstance that I certainly would not have chosen for myself. You live that too. There are circumstances that you are living with that you wouldn't necessarily choose. But what we do get to choose is how we're going to respond and the attitude that we're going to go into it with. My motivation is to live my life to honor God. And so even with circumstances that aren't best, I still get to live into that motivation and try to live my life in ways that honor God and deal with difficult circumstances in ways that honor God. So I'm enjoying having these opportunities to share with you. I look forward to any comments that you have or ideas for future Got a Minutes, and hope to talk to you real soon. Thanks for listening.